I've got a couple of Pentium 4, 478 retro computer motherboards here. Yeah, these are quite desirable these days for people who want to build XP retro gaming rigs. They have AGP, lots of PCI slots. This has, I think it's called something like a CMR communication modem, some riser, something like that. Which, CNR it says next to it, communication network riser, which never seemed to be very useful in the first place and doesn't seem to be very useful now. So that's not improved at the time. You see they've got no Cmos batteries on at the moment, because I've had both of these in the sink. In fact I will link the previous video where I look at these. They came from the car boot. I had 5 computers in one day, and these two came together off one guy. One of them was continually bleeping and the other one was powering up and seemed to be working. Yeah, I think this was the bleeper, but I can't 100% remember. They both need capacitors. This one you can probably see here. I'll just zoom down on it for you. This one you can see there's 2 blown capacitors here. Yeah, these are on the V-Core. They're rated 1500 microfarads, 6.3 volt. Yeah, and these are on the low voltage side of the VRM, which are these 2 VRMs by the looks of it here and here, without checking. Yeah, and these are 16 volt capacitors, so these are on the 12 volt rail. I'm more concerned when I find blown capacitors on the lower voltage rail. Yeah, it did power up this board. I think this is the one that booted as well to the BIOS, but we're going to change these. In fact, I'll probably just change all of them while I'm at it. Yeah, the other one I think is the one that didn't power up. Again, if you look at the capacitors, you see these are nice and flat, but these 3 are bulged on the top again. Just see if I see what the rating of these capacitors is to let you know. Let's kind of see. Not easily, no, they're very dark actually. Maybe a bit of torch light will help here. Yeah, so these are in an awkward position to read. Yeah, these are in an awkward position to read. I think these 16 volt capacitors, and I think these ones here are probably the lower voltage ones. Yeah, these blue ones. If I can just get them into a position where I can read them. Nope, not easily. I shouldn't have started looking on video, should I? I should have looked at them first. I don't look so stupid. Oh. 6.3 volt. So these are on the high, like the 12 volt rail, the 16 volt capacitors. These are probably not quite so important, because at the end of the day you have the capacitors in the power supply, the 12 volt coming here. Yeah, these are actually all the V-Core capacitors here now. I just spotted them there. Yeah, but again, I'll replace the 3 that have obviously gone on here first. The boards are now nice and clean, as you can see. So I'll get these changed and then we'll see what they do. I made a whole video on how to change motherboard capacitors, so again I'll link that to this one, save doing it all on camera again. Yeah. Okay, this one's done. It only took a few minutes. The capacitors were 1500 microfarad 16s actually. As I say, the lower voltage ones are in. I think these all look okay. I didn't have any 1500s. I've got some 2216s. 1500s of value I haven't got. I will order some 1500s, because I quite often come across and end up putting 2200s in. Okay, so that one's done. Let's just do the other one the same. Okay, with the other one, so these are on the V-Core side, and the capacitor I took out were 1500s again, 1500 6.3s. Yeah, and actually 3 of them looked okay. 2 of them were obviously gone. Yeah, the other 3 looked okay. Well, because they're all the same value and 2 are gone, I'm going to change all 3 of them. Whereas on the other board, there were only 3 of this value, they were all gone. Yeah, so not a problem. Now I haven't got any 1500 6.3s. I'm going to order some now. I've got some 1000s. Oh, these are 16s. I'm sure I've got some 1000 6.3s. Let me look. Yeah, I have got them. So these are 1000 6.3s. I say I'm going to get 1500 off in both 16 and 6.3. Now, these are only 1000 and there was 5 original ones, but you can see on here there's actually 8 places, yeah, for capacitors. And if you look at these, you'll see that you can't see the meter, but well, maybe if I stick it here you can. Yeah, but you can hear it bleeping basically, yeah. And these are all, now you can't see the things, can you? But anyway, they're all in parallel, yeah. So even the missing ones are actually connected in parallel. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fit 8 of the 1000s, yeah. 8 times 1000 being 8000 obviously, yeah. And 5 times 1500 being 7500. So if we put 8 of these in, that should be equivalent, yeah. So I'll just clean out the holes on the ones which weren't there before, and I'll populate all of them. Okay, they're all changed. So they were basically a whole line along here, yeah. Put 8 of them in, nice and neat. So yeah, that'll work just as well as having 5 of the other ones, but I will order some of those 1500s in a couple different voltages. Okay, so I think we're ready now to power these up, and let's see now what actually happens with them. This one has a 2.6 or 2.8 gig processor in this rather unusual third-party Gigabyte 3D cooler on, yeah, which comes with a sort of panel thing with a speed control basically. So there was no shorts on this or anything wrong with it before. I'm sure this is one that actually came and ran, yeah. I think they both powered up, but we'll just check, you know, just to be certain, yeah. Well, you know, continuity mode, yeah. And let's just no, there's no shorts there. That's fine, no shorts on that one. So yeah, let's give this a go. So I've got a bleeper on, I've got a switch on. There's no RAM at the moment, so it should power up and start bleeping. It's a known good P4 compatible power supply, so we'll switch that on, and it doesn't want to start. Oh, it is started. It's just the fan isn't spinning. The reason the fan's not spinning, I made this mistake last time. This fan has a connector on this. Let's find it. Yeah, this thing here, yeah, which basically you have to connect to one of the. There you go, one of those, yeah, and one of those Molex connectors as they're called, and then the fan will work. So again, we'll start it up. Fan's running. We can vary the speed. It's not bleeping or doing anything. Oh, hang on. It is bleeping. It's just quiet, yeah. Sure, I hear the bleep come out of it. Okay, let's put some RAM in this one and see what it actually does. Okay, I've put the post analyzer in as well actually. This takes DDR400 and I've got loads of this stuff, yeah. Loads of it come from various old computers at the car boot sale. Mostly because it doesn't really worth anything, so when I sell old bulls I just tend to keep the RAM, but I've probably got too much of it now. So again, let's power it on and let's see what it actually does. Post analyzer card's running. And I got one bleep, it's just the bleep is so quiet you can hardly hear it. So this looks like it's actually going to work. We need to find an AGP card for it now, and then let's see if we can get a picture on the screen. Okay, I've just found an old AGP card, nothing very exciting, but yeah, there it is, you can see it. Let's just try this. I've bounced it on a cardboard box so I can set the card in here properly, and let's see if it actually boots now. Yeah, I've got a blue light on the monitor. That's a good sign. Yep, this one's going to be looks like it's working. One moment. Let's go to the screen, and we have a BIOS. Yeah. So it's there saying you've installed a new CPU. Blah 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 blah. Yeah. So what I'll do with this is a couple of things. I'm going to test the RAM, all the slots, because quite often with these you'll find some RAM slots are not working. If they're all working, I'll get an hard drive with XP on and see if I can get this to boot into Windows XP, and then we can have a quick look around, yeah? Okay, I could only get 2 1 gig DIMMs to run. All these 4 are good DIMMs and they'll work in 1 and 2 or 1 and 3, but you can't use 3 together. So I had a quick look at the user manual, you know, RTFM, read the FE manual, which is what I should have done in the first place, to be honest, and that is actually not a problem. So if you look at the manual, first thing you notice, by the way, this motherboard supports up to 800 megahertz front side buzz, so that's good for a P4 motherboard, 478, yeah. And the RAM mentions, it tells you here, yeah, they're basically saying it's a maximum of 2 gigabytes, yeah, it tells you on here somewhere, up to 2 gigabytes, yeah. So it's actually working correctly. I can get 2 gigabytes to work either with a strip in 1 and 2 or 1 and 3, so that's fine. I know all the slots are working. So let's see if we can get Windows XP to run on this now and see if it'll boot up. I've got some drives with XP already on, so let's see if it'll work. Okay, that booted into Windows XP then. Loaded some drivers. They're not all loaded, but I mean, I can give this a bit of a thorough test. Just load all the drivers, possibly on the clean install as well. But it seems to me it's working, yeah. I can go around in here and click on stuff, and generally speaking, this is working. This motherboard's working, yeah. There we are. XP Service Pack 2, Pentium 4, 2.6 gigahertz, 2 gig of RAM, yeah. It's running at 2 gigahertz for some reason. The BIOS just picked that. Oh, it's because the BIOS is set to manual. I just need to get back in the BIOS and set it to auto actually. But yeah, it's working, so I'm happy with that one. Let's have a look at the other one, see what that's doing. Okay, actually I just nipped into the BIOS to show there's no skullduggery going on here, yeah. So it's now loaded the graphics drivers by the looks of it, which it did by itself. So let's just go in now, let's see. So it should now be running. Yeah, it's running at the proper speed now, yeah. Can you see that? I'll make the window a little bit bigger for you maybe. Okay, one moment, sorry. Yeah, there, so you can see it's running at the correct speed of 2 gig of RAM, yeah. So that appears to be a good motherboard. Let's have a look at the other one and see what we can do with that one now. This is the other one then. This is a Gigabyte GA81DX version 1 P4 Titan. I've had P4 Titan boards before. I'm not sure if that's a name identical to this model, but anyway, I've had them before. Usual thing then. There was no shorts on it before, so I don't see any reason why there should be any now, but we just check it anyway. Oh, let's find ground. Let's find the right pins, yeah. Yeah, those are the ground pins. Yeah, that's fine, there's no shorts on there. So, as I said, there wasn't before. All I've done with this is put it in the sink and then change these bulging capacitors. Now, as I recall this one, last time I was making a continuous fast bleeping noise. I also noticed, by the way, I forgot to put the Cmos battery on the other one. I've put it on there now, but it didn't seem to bother it, yeah. Quite often they won't boot up. Well, obviously on some modern boards they don't. Maybe that's not so important on these, but there you go. I put the CMOS on this one, yeah. This one, do it right this time. Now I've noticed. Okay, I'll just find a heatsink to put on this. I'm not sure this is actually the right heatsink for this. I don't think it is at all, but it's sticking to it, yeah. I put a bit of gunk on and stuck it on. I can almost lift the board up by it, so it's definitely stuck to the CPU. So that's good enough for testing it with. This is an older board. And this one takes a PC133 RAM, yeah, I noticed. So yeah, let's just quick check on the Cmos battery. I'm sure this is a good one. Should have done this on the other board and I didn't. So Cmos battery 3.2. That's fine. Let's see what this one does then. Put some power on again and press the start button. Yeah, and that's that rapid bleeping I got out of it last time, yeah. Now it might be doing that because there's no RAM, or it might be doing that because something else is wrong with it. So I've got a bit of a PC133 here, which should be compatible with it. and I'll just try one. If it doesn't work, I'll try a few sticks of this and various slots. I mean, I've got a little handful of this stuff here. I'm not sure if it's all good. I think it probably is, but let's just see. Oh, which made a bleeping noise. Maybe that's because there's no GPU. I couldn't get rid of that continuous bleeping last time I had this. I'll just bounce it on the box and let's put an AGP card in this one. That's ready to go then. Same AGP card I used on the other one. I'm not exactly sure what it is. I should have checked actually on the other one, never mind. So power on. Makes a bit of a strange bleep there. I think it might boot. No, that's going DDD as if to say there's no GPU fitting, but I know this GPU is working in the other board. I wonder if this is like a compatibility issue or something. Let me try a couple of the bits and let me see what I can do, and I'll be back to you in a minute. Oops. Okay. I put the card out and back in again, and now it seemed to like it. I actually got a screen come up. So let's just switch it on again. You can watch the analyzer. Yeah, I've got a blue light on, and I've got a picture. It's asking me to go into. I haven't got a keyboard on. Asking me to go into the BIOS. Yeah, but you can see. It's all there by the looks of it. Yes, this is 1.6 gigahertz. It's an old motherboard. Say the PC133. Okay, let's try this one. The same as the other one. I'll see if I can get into the BIOS. I'll try the memory in all the slots, see if they're all working, and I'll see if I can actually boot this into Windows XP. Now let's see if this one's a good one. Okay, yeah. So it's booted into the BIOS now. I have a BIOS screen up on here. I've just loaded the optimized defaults. I've got 3 sticks of RAM in there, PC133. They're not matched, but they're all 256 meg. That's the biggest size I've got. That I've got 3 of. I've got 1 512, but only one. So I just tried 3 256s, and it's quite happy there. It's got 756, whatever it was. Yeah, something like that of RAM. Yeah, 758, I think. Okay, no, 768. I've got it right in the end. So yeah, it's obviously working as far as the BIOS. So again, let's see if we can boot off our hard drive and see if this will go into XP. Okay, so after quite a lot of messing about, I eventually got this to work with Windows 98, which is running here. This motherboard supports Windows 98 rather nicely, actually. The problems I had with this are possibly related to the BIOS revision. Either I was trying to load XP and I couldn't load XP basically, and either one of these 2 strips of RAM has got a problem, or it's something to do with hard drive support for large hard drives. When you have the option for large hard drives, I eventually, pretty much at the same time, tried other RAM and put a 20 gig hard drive on, and then it loaded Windows 98 immediately. Previously, it was giving like some error, crashing. Just before it copied the files to the hard drive, it would just effectively give a crash message. Yeah. So anyway, put a smaller hard drive on, either 20 gig, and it's working fine. This one, I think, this will go onto eBay. Nice motherboard, actually. Say for Windows 98, it's great. And I'll put the 20 gig hard drive with it because that's for sale anyway. So I'll sell this with the hard drive on it. Ready to go. Okay, so that's 2 out of 2 then. 2 more motherboards fixed then. So yeah, this is the older one. The BIOS chip actually has a sticker on of 1998. Was it, or 99? Yeah, 1998. Yeah. So apart from this one not liking hard drives bigger than 20 gig, well, bigger than 32 actually. It's running fine. Okay, so that's 2 more done and dusted. Both go onto eBay. The other one's the nicer one. It supports, the Acer supports 800 megahertz front side buzz. This is only 400. But this I'm sure will make a very nice Windows 98 rig for somebody, and I'll let them have the hard drive with it not Windows 98 already on there to get them started. Okay, so it's car boot again this weekend. It's Friday, so car boot sale coming up. So let's see if I have a little bit more luck this week. Last week we found nothing at all, but maybe hopefully this week I can find something more interesting. Okay guys, have a nice weekend and I'll see you all soon. Ciao for now.